Hello, in this video we are going to demo this MCP server which I created in the last couple of days, which scrapes information from the LinkedIn website and exposes the extracted information as endpoints of an MCP server, which I then can connect to tools like Cloud Code or to Gemini CLI. So without further ado, I have here the project open, which is a Python project that you can actually find on GitHub. So the project is actually here. So yeah, it's a public repo. And I can simply start the MCP server. That's the first thing that I have to do. Okay, so I'm just running the server here, which is running on port 8050 locally on my machine. And then I'm going to start the Gemini CLI, yeah, which is here. I just started like this, and my Gemini CLI is already configured to use this MCP server. Actually, it connected right now to the MCP server, so I should see something in the logs, yeah, that it actually connected. Okay, so okay, now that we have Gemini CLI and the MCP server connected, I can start asking some questions. And I will ask about the interests of of one of my colleagues at my company. Um, yeah. So can you please um, summarize, yeah, the interests of Alan Schweitz, who work Alan Schweitz, I hope I'm spelling his name right. Yeah, Schweitz, who works at 1Point Consulting using his LinkedIn profile like this. So let's see what it does. So it's now thinking about it, and it is asking if it should use the profile search function of the LinkedIn Scraper MCP server using the name of Alan Schweitz. And I will say yes, allow once. So let's see what it does. So it should now perform a LinkedIn profile search. Okay, so it found a couple of Alan Schweitzes. Yeah, so I think it is the first one, so it is actually correct, even though there is no mention of Alan Schweitz in the title. Delivered by the search, as you can see here. So title, Director of Technology Service and Principal Enterprise Architect. So yes, basically that's him. So yeah, so allow once. So now it is asked to access the LinkedIn profile. So there is another function that accesses the LinkedIn profile. So I'm just waiting for this function to be executed. And obviously I will see some activity here on the console of the MCP server, which is basically trying to log in, and yeah, so it is getting also the interests. Okay, there seems to have been some kind of exception. It extracted the profile, it seems. Yeah. So it managed to extract the interests, so perhaps there was some exception there. Whilst you're doing scraping, sometimes it does happen, but it managed actually to extract the interests. And as you can see, the interests are listed here as JSON, but it gave a summary. So it says that Alan Schweiz's interests are primarily focused on technology and data. He follows several companies in the big data consulting space, including Cloudera, Hortonworks, and of course, One Point Consulting. So as you can see, this MCP server can access the profile search and profile data. It can also access other aspects of the profile, like the experience. So my next question will be, uh, can you summarize Alan Schwartz's experiences? Yeah, based on the LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile. So I expect that again, Gemini will use the MCP server. Oh, it already knew about it. Yeah, probably because it's already received some data. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty detailed. So it's really working. Okay, so here is his experience. I think it's based on the profile, but I think the profile information was already extracted previously. Okay, so I will just try another profile. Um, this is also someone that I actually know, which is actually the director of OnePoint. Can you please summarize the experience of Shashin Shah, the director of OnePoint? So let's see what it does. I was not very explicit about using LinkedIn in this one, but yep, it kind of is doing the profile search using the MCP server too. So let's see what it comes up with. So let's see what it does. It found his profile. That's the right profile. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and now it wants to access the LinkedIn profile. So I'm also going to allow it. Okay, so now it should be inspecting the LinkedIn profile, and so we can look at the console of the MCP server to see what it's doing. It logs in using some predefined users that I have here, and it also scraped. There's some error here. Need to look at this, but yeah, it it managed to extract it. So yeah, so that's basically his profile. Okay, so that's how this MCP server actually works. So you can perform profile searches and you can also extract experiences, interests, and you could also, it can also extract education information from the LinkedIn profile. So if you have more interest in this one, yeah, just access the repository, which should be this one here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just closing down the MCP server. Yeah, I need to close down Gemini first. Yeah, and then the repository. Yeah, and then so this is the repository. Yeah, so yeah, so if you want to see how this was done, this is the code is all in this repository here. Okay, thank you for watching.